Hi, welcome. I am here with Aste today. I'm so excited to be having you. I've heard so much about you, and I'm just so ready to interview you. So, guys, welcome Aste here. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure thing. Well, thank you for having me, first of all. Thank you to Girl Sound for always staying tapped in, and thank you, Nikky T,
Oh my gosh,
for being an awesome host, awesome interviewer. And so my name is Aste. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. Lately, been getting my hands really into creative direction, and I'm an unapologetic artist.
Love to hear that. Perfect. Well, I just wanted to kind of go into, I saw that you're a singer, songwriter, and producer here, which is amazing. Congratulations. So I just kind of wanted to get a background of like how you started, what music is like for you, when did you know this was for you, kind of a background on who Aste is and what your brand represents.
Yeah, totally. So I come from a musical family. My dad is an artist. He did his thing in the 80s in Los Angeles. But, you know, it was a harder time back then. They didn't have the benefit of being able to do their music themselves and upload it to TuneCore on their computer, you know. Right. So he, you know, ended up having to switch gears to take care of us. But that ran through me. And so always sang, my mom says that I would like sing Earth, Wind and Fire when I was like 2 or 3 or something. And I remember like them buying me this like boombox, little toy boombox that could record. And I remember like I would sing and record and like try to give it to people. And around like 10 years old, my dad, he started to see that I was like really inspired by it. So he was like, well, if you're going to sing, you need to play keys because your intonation needs to be, you know, your pitch needs to be perfect. So he took me to Sam Ash. I remember it was raining that night, and I got my first set of keys. So from there, I started to like explore music and writing and really creating a song and chord structure and all of these things. Fast forward to around 2014 was when I first purchased like my studio package, my interface, my mic. So I kind of like to start the journey from there, right? Because that's when I started to like really produce and like publish my works. And so since then, just been learning a lot about branding, and you know, that opened up so much space for me to like create more and express myself and stuff. So I'm really in a space of rebranding too. And you know, I'm coming through as an artist first. And I feel like in the past, you know, I've said, I'm this, I'm that, I can do this, I can vocal train, but I feel like all of that falls under the umbrella of artist, you know, whether it's some visual art that I'm putting out, or music, or a podcast, or I'm behind the camera directing. It's like, it's all art. So that's the brand.
I love to hear it. And then before we did this interview, you kind of spoke to me a little bit about your content creation and like another business venture that you have going on. Do you think you could talk a little more about it?
Totally. Femnora Sound. So that's my entity. And, you know, our mission statement is documenting Black her story. And it really just came because, you know, I've been at this for like 5-7 years at this point, and I've run into so many things myself as a Black woman, as a young woman, you know. So very similar to Girl Sounds and their intention to create a safe space, you know, for women to like express their art and, you know, also offer services. And just, that's my way of giving back to the community. And it's a passion project for me. I have a lot of ideas, but that one's like a passion project. So
yeah. Gosh, well, I love it. It sounds like you have so much going on, which is amazing, incredible. A female entrepreneur right here.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
That too,
Oh my gosh, of course. And then that kind of puts the next question, sets me up for that one, is I kind of just wondered, as a female producer, because you don't see it often. It's not
very rare.
You know, it's very rare. Like I never.
CC, you got not too many people. Yeah. Wonder Girl.
So I kind of just wanted to know, like, have you had kind of like what your experience is like that as a female producer in the music entertainment world? Has there been good, bad? Like, kind of take us through like how it's been for you.
Totally. It's perfect because that's a big part of why I'm pushing Dark Side of the Sun, because it's rooted in this great, light, bright thing. But there's always a dark side, you know, the yin yang principle, you know, the balance principle. So it's been bittersweet, you know, it's been real, it's been raw. I've had times where, you know, out the gate booking placements for my mentor, shout out Lizzie Jeff, you know, and helping people with writing and making some of the best connections that like fulfilled me and opened up so many doors for me. But on the other end, you know, I have been in sessions where I've been undermined or I've been overlooked, or, you know, sometimes I miss out on opportunities because when people see me, they see, you know, they see a pretty girl and they wonder how I look on stage under the lights. You know, they don't see a producer, engineer, or creative director unless I blatantly say that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's bittersweet, but you know what? Life is. So
yeah. And, you know, I feel like as a songwriter, singer myself too, I kind of relate to that situation. Right. I feel like off the bat, like you're not seen for what you can bring to the table. Sometimes it's just your looks, which is kind of sad, you know, like you want to be known for what you offer to the world and what you can bring to the table. So shout out to you for making your moves and still pushing through. Exactly.
Shout out to you as well.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. And then, so it takes me to my next question here. You have a new single coming out.
I do.
Called Foolish.
Yes.
Can you kind of take us through like what your inspiration was, how you created it? Did you produce it? Tell us how it came about.
Sure thing.
So Foolish is actually produced by Nabil Sayodi. Or maybe is it produced by Nabil Sayodi? He's out of Canada. Found him in the most random way on BeatStars. And I was saying for so long, it was like, I want to work with a producer. Even though I produce myself, you know how much time it takes to craft a beat, let alone a song. And, you know, I'm at a certain level with it. So I was like looking for someone who was like really in their flow, or that was priority for them. Found him. So I actually found the song early 2021. I got up that day and I freestyled that. I freestyled it. The first verse is definitely the same, lyrically, melody-wise. Second verse, I did go in and like tweak with lyrics and stuff, but that melody is the same. So it's something that really like channeled through me, and it was like really ethereal, and I was just in a space where like I was in such an emotional, deep space, and in my experience with my muse, and so inspired. So sat on it for a while, and then come like August 2021, I was like, I had came through a few other songs had came through that were in that bluesy kind of space, and I'm like, I gotta market this somehow. I'm like, how can I push this out in a powerful way? So my intention was to drop October, but you know how things run behind sometimes.
Exactly.
They run behind.
Perfect it.
You have to perfect it,
craft.
right, along with like the rollout. There's so much intention that should go into rollout, because if you spend all this time making this beautiful song, like how much more time do you think you should spend like supporting it so people can receive it in the way that it deserves?
Right.
So super bluesy. The song itself is about, you know, just those dark elements in a relationship and how we can sometimes shield our eyes from the truth, you know, because we want that feeling, we want that instant gratification. So, you know, the chorus is like, or the pre-hook is like, well, call me a fool, then you should just call me a fool because I trusted you. I knew, you know, because I wanted to live like dragonflies and rainbows, you know how we say in the bridge, but it pulls you back in. That dark truth is always there. Sometimes we want to be foolish. So that's the premise of the song. And then the video, gotta shout out Tex the artist. He's a dancer, amazing. One of the most amazing.
I saw that on your Instagram. I was gonna bring that up. Amazing.
You know, I was just.
So was he your friend, or you just found him?
Yeah. We've been connected since like late 2020, if not early 2021. Yeah. So he was in my life already, like in my orbit. But, you know, time progressed. Like he did his thing with the branding. I'm doing my thing with the rebranding. And it's crazy how aligned it is. So the video's featuring Tex, shot by Marcus. His Instagram is Harmony's Theory. And in the video, like, my intention is to drop art that's like worth seeing, worth feeling, worth experiencing.
Intention.
It's super intentional about like, and then the conceptuality of it and like the symbolism, like it's super big for me. So in the video, I'm more so symbolic of those dark truths. And, you know, so I'm there in the space, but Marcus' direction was like to text, like act like you don't even see her, but you feel her.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love that. So you're kind of like in the background, like I'm here, but not really like kind of how the story unfolds.
Yeah. If you watch me and text,
seeing what you want to see, and you're, believing what you want to believe.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Well, we're super excited to hear it. You have to send it to me when you drop it. Sure. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I'm down to play it today.
Yeah. Maybe you guys will play like a little bit of her song in this.
We can vibe it out.
We'll play it next for you guys. YouTube, don't sue us. Or don't sue us. Oh my goodness. Okay, perfect. And then my next question here is, so you're an artist, you're a singer, songwriter, producer. Kind of what's next for you? What is your next biggest goal? What do you see yourself doing in the next couple of years? What's kind of next for you?
Yeah. So my intention is to use my art as a platform to create change, to bring more awareness to things and spearhead change. I'm not saying I can change it all. Certain things are systematic, but I know that I could use my platform to bring awareness. So that through the art. So I have 3 singles rolling out for Dark Side of the Sun. Dark Side of the Sun I'm really excited. And this is just the first one, and it's just going to get better and better.
This is just the beginning.
Yes. And so, honestly, my goal is to put out conceptual art that brings awareness to things that I feel like society could elevate by just opening their minds a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And to continue to grow and learn who I am and, what feels good for me in my brand space, and to grow femme noir sounds, you know, and to play with other ideas that I've had just on some business like vibes, like, that's what I see.
That's beautiful because, it's so nice to see people like changing. And I feel like especially like our generation is so good at promoting change.
We're super open-minded.
Super open. And I love it. It's so great.
No, seriously. Yeah. That's why I feel like, when I was thinking about coming here and making sure that, I had everything I wanted to say, it's like, the intention is rooted in like change and awareness, because I've seen that work so much for our generation, more so than when I look at history than any generation.
So true.
We bring awareness to it, and the powers that be have no choice but to make those changes.
Exactly.
Because we're not quiet in this generation.
No, we're not.
We will get on the internet.
Social media is not quiet either.
Social media.
It will bring you awareness.
So much, yo.
It's helped us all.
It has. It's done a lot. Yeah. It has helped it's given us that platform to, bring awareness, and then on the other side, just because it's a balanced thing and I'm here, Dark Side of the Sun, I'm an artist who is here to reflect the real life experience, the real and the raw, dark and unseen facts and theories, Oftentimes the world wants to kind of romanticize art, and I personally feel like it should reflect life.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say is I feel like art was created for a platform to create change, to kind of speak the truth.
Right.
And I feel like it's great that you're bringing awareness to that. So it's good that you can have art and promote change at the same time, which is amazing. So I congratulate you on that. And keep me informed with your journey. I'm excited to see where it's going to take you.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. So my next question I have for you is, we're here, guys, at GRL Sound Studios. Shout out to Jose.
Shout out.
We are here because of him today.
One of the coolest people I've ever chopped it up with. Love the intention for the space. Love the intention for the brand.
So I just wanted to kind of get your vibe on how you met Jose. How did you come about this studio? And like how did it impact you?
Yeah.
So he heard some of my music and he tapped in with me on the gram. And, you can just tell when somebody really understands your vision and sees you for who you are as an artist.
True.
And so that was something that I noticed about like when I would see GRL Sounds pop up the brand. And I always wondered like, who's behind this? Because I looked at the email and I saw Jose. So I'm like, I was more than blown away when we had our first Zoom call, just learning about each other. Well, me learning about him and the brand and his intention and, his purpose and what led him to create such a dope ass brand to support, female talent. And so we're connected now. And I hit him up because, I'm indie. So I do my own press,
Always,
you know,
Mhm.
and he was just open to all of the creativity and the ideas and, you know, connected me with y'all. I had the team to get it done, had the space to get it done. So, yeah.
Oh, well, shout out to Jose and
Shout out
Girl
to
Sound
Jose.
Studios for having us today.
Oh
We
my
are
God,
so
yeah.
excited.
Big facts.
Creating big change
Big
in
vibes.
female empowerment in this industry. I feel like within the music industry, you just kind of, as a female, don't know what to expect sometimes.
I've had some crazy things
right.
on, man.
I talk to so many women about the experiences we've had in this industry. And so it just is so nice to have such a creative, safe space to come to. So big shout out. Hopefully you guys come to, if you're in LA or if you're going to fly to LA soon,
Come on down to
Girl Sound Studios. We are here for you.
Here for all of your recording and music production.
Exactly. We have a female producer right here too.
I'm right here. I'm sure they got a couple people for you.
Oh my gosh. So also another question that I want to know about you.
You have questions.
Right. is who is the biggest person you'd want to collaborate with? Or even doesn't even have to be a big artist, could be indie artist. Yeah, like who would you next see yourself collabing with in the future, now, soon?
Okay.
We're here for say my fave. Kendrick Lamar.
She was speaking about him before.
I can't help but sing his praises daily. Like, you know what I tell somebody? You know, because I come from a high vibration community, and you know, we're talking about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we love Tony Jones and Londrell because they get it." I say, "You know what makes me feel good in the morning on the way to work? You know what makes me feel like I can take on this world and makes me calm and at peace? Kendrick screaming, smoke it on top 5, smoke it on top 5. That's what gets me in the place that I need to be."
Right. And honestly, though, he's just like, I feel like he blows me away every time there's like a VMAs or a show or performance. Like he's always blows it out the water. Always. And I just like shout out to Kendrick Lamar for the creative direction.
He got a Pulitzer Prize for a reason. Shakespearean in the way that he speaks.
It's amazing. Like he just brings so many visions to life, which I love because sometimes you don't really see it. And like you said, you want to put art and change and culture and music. And so it's so nice to see. So I see how your brand would love to collaborate. Yeah, exactly.
Rosecrans. Come on, Rosecrans, Kendrick. But big facts, just to jump off what you said, piggyback off what you said. And it's not easy to generate change through your music and have it not be preachy or corny. You know, it's like it's not easy to make a
judging you for
So but much love to Kendrick. That's my answer. I would do backflips, child.
Amazing. Well, we're going to manifest that it's going to come true. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You're about to have a new artist.
Right. Yeah, because I saw the PG Lang.
You're next.
I always say, like, I don't know about signing to a major label, but that I'm open to partnership, like marketing deals and things like that. Good. Now, Kendrick come knocking. I might have to see what the contract's talking about. Yeah, exactly. I trust him. All right, I'm done.
See, isn't it so funny? He hasn't even met him, but still he gives off that trusting experience, and it's good.
Right.
That means he's doing well.
I think he's solid. I think he's one of the most solid out there. I believe so.
Beautiful. Yeah. Aw. Well, I kind of want to know what's next for you. You said you have more singles coming out. How do we find you? Yeah. Where can we find these singles?
So, they will be, all of my next singles will be accompanied with a video, super conceptual. They'll be rolling out on my YouTube. And I have a lot of content coming out. So I have a series called Dark Side of the Sun. It's a YouTube series. It's more than a YouTube series, but for now it is. And it's rolling out on my YouTube. So my YouTube is a good place that you want to subscribe. I'm on Instagram, ASTEMAR 3 eyes, because I started off in the high vibrational community.
Okay.
Kind of left. We could talk about it. Some tea there if you want to talk about it. But
girl, I'm opening up. This is for you. We are opening it up for you.
Thank you.
We're all here for her today.
But yeah, that's where you can find me. And the singles will come out with the video. Because I want people to, you know what I want? I want people, when you see that Aste drop something, I want you to be like, oh, it drops at 9. Let me get my dinner. Let me get my popcorn and let's watch this video. Because I know she's coming with some conceptual art. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just be someone who's like, you know, my intention with my art is not to just look good and be rich and famous and pretty and just, you know, I want to really push out something that's worth seeing, worth feeling, you know, worth listening to, that really stirs something up inside of you.
So Aste, can you tell us a little bit more about your spiritual journey here in LA?
Yes. So, you know, I have always been someone who marches to the beat of my own drum, you know, and rooted and grounded in Christ Jesus, of course, you know. But I've always found that for me, I have studied different faiths and religions, I guess we can say. And I've always kind of let whatever authentically stuck with me stick with me, you know? So at one point, my dad was Hebrew Israelite. At one point, we were studying very heavily like Black sciences. My mother has always been rooted and grounded in Jesus Christ. And I have been the first from my family to kind of stray into spirituality. And, you know, because it's kind of gotten popularized 2012, you know? So for me, that opened up so much, and it already aligned with things that I was raised with, like believing in yourself. And we could not say can't. My father did not allow for us to say the word can't. So, you know, speaking things into existence, it was easy for me to, you know, be attracted to that. So, my mentor, Lizzie Jeff, you know, I got to shout her out because she always kept me under her wing, and she always opened the door for me to do many things with her. Aww. And she's a multifaceted artist herself, businesswoman, entrepreneur herself. Beautiful. And a large part of her fan base is rooted in the high vibrational spiritual community. So that's where I've been working for so long, you know, but I'm telling you, I call it dark side of the sun because even though there's the enlightenment and the good things, there are also those shadowy aspects and those hard, dark, unseen realities that people may not know about. And I found that as I got to know myself more, that I am a different type of artist than the artists that you see in that community that do well. And being that I'm a business, I want to do well. I want my turnover rate to be good. I want my insights to be good, you know, and it was just blatant to me that I wasn't making that authentic connection. It's really not even about the insights. I wasn't making that authentic connection with the fan base because I am an artist who was raised on Motown and classic rock. You know, like my parents almost didn't even, you know, they didn't even play nothing that was made before like 89, I'm sure, you know, and I'm an unapologetic artist, and I talk about, you know, I write love songs and affirmative songs too, but I also have that side where I talk about heartbreak songs and, you know, my mental health and, you know, deeper, darker things and pain and depression, and it's cathartic for a reason, you know, and I share those things. And, you know, I'm an artist that really bleeds on the mic.
Beautiful. And
I keep it a buck and I keep it real. And that is the healing. You know, when someone sees that, when someone sees something that I've said or expressed, like sees a, you know, part of my journey that's expressed and they feel like they relate to it, that's the healing. It's not so much blatant in your face affirmations over a track, you know, and I just came to find out that that's kind of what that community wants and respects, and that's fine for them, but that's not who I am. I'm someone who studies song structure and form and chords. And I think everything that Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye and Prince and Chaka Khan and Aretha Franklin and all of these greats that came before us, everything that they put into this art form, that means too much to me to just do affirmations over a track. If you're going to do affirmations over a track, then do that, but don't call this songwriting. You know, don't call this music around me, not to be too rough. But this is I'm a rep for it. This is my life.
And I feel like that's what separates you from the rest. You know, that's your brand. That's who you represent. And I feel like also a big thing about artistry is that you can connect and relate to your fans through your music. Which is how, like you said, people's mental health or stuff that you don't want to hear is going to come out and bleed through your music. Which is so nice because some people like don't want to be alone in this world, especially as an artist or a creator. Even if you're not an artist or creator, it's still great to know like someone out there is also feeling the same way.
Someone feels you. They get, you know how many women tap in when I'm just
whether it's my series or whether I'm on my story talking about different situations that different things that I've gone through in this space, in this entrepreneurial creative space. Like so many people hit me up and they're like, yo, like seeing you empowered empowers me. Aww. Seeing you comfortable to share your story makes me feel comfortable to, you know what I'm saying? That for me is bigger than anything. Right. That's how I know I'm making a connection. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you're here for.
That's what I'm here for. So.
Oh, well, I just want to thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for taking the time. If you guys haven't yet, this is Aste. She is going to be releasing a bunch of new concept videos, songs, production. We're so excited to see her and see what she has in the future. And shout out to Girl Sound again for having us, Jose for having us today. And hope you guys enjoy for the Nikky T vlog.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikky T, for coming and doing an excellent job hosting, interviewing. This has been such a flow. And shout out to Girl Sound. Shout out Jose. Thank you for staying tapped into me this time and like this whole time and just being open to, the creative endeavors. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And then before we go, I know you had a few shout outs, but is there anyone else that you want to like say thank you, shout out to, or in this journey?
I hope I didn't like forget anybody that like came through. Well, shout out Moonflower. That's like, she's so much to me. She's my best friend at this point. She does everything for me, from give me giant bags of clothes that she doesn't want anymore because I'm too busy mixing and mastering to ever shop. I only look this good because I have friends that care about me.
Right.
She's done everything from that to even step in places where I needed her to do management. Shout out her management company, MFV Management. And she is the most mystical, most sensual DJ around.
Oh, wow.
She often does things at the Lash Wednesdays in downtown LA. So shout out Moonflower. She's been such a guide, big sister energy, and I learned so much from her every day.
Aw, well, shout out to her. We're so appreciative. And thank you guys again.